Welcome to the AFC East Roundtable, a weekly live show featuring top-tier insight, analysis, and heavy debates on all things AFC East. From the best creators in the division, including Buffalo Bills creator Dan Mitchell, Miami Dolphins creator TD Finstock, New York Jets creator Richie from Jets Media, and finally New England Patriots creator Colby from Patriots Global. Make sure you catch the AFC East Roundtable live every Monday at 7 p.m. EST and Wednesdays at 6 p.m. EST on the AFC East Roundtable YouTube channel.
Oh, ho, ho. I was wondering where the victory shades were backstage, Colbs. You got them on, though. You got them on, and you deserve to have them.
These ain't just victory shades, Dan. What are they? These are playoff shades, baby.
These are playoffs.
These are playoffs. Hey, Dan.
Yeah.
Not bad for schedule merchants, huh? Not bad.
All right, I'll just escort
for
myself
schedule
out of here.
merchants, Not bad for schedule merchants, indeed, man. You know, I suppose we could probably touch a little bit on some of the wild card matchups, but then again, we do kind of want to keep this show a little short. You know, so maybe we talk a little bit, maybe we don't. I don't know. Richie, what's going on? How you doing?
Well, I don't know. I feel a little left out. You know, TD's not here, so I can't soak with a loser like myself. So I don't have victory shades on. You know, it's a dark day. I'm in a dark cloud. Just kidding, baby. Life's great. The Jets can't infiltrate my life in real life. You kidding me? Yeah. Maybe they can. No, but they don't. Congrats on your wins, guys. I'm actually rooting. Not really. But you never know. There could be a Bills-Patriots AFC Championship game next week.
I feel like it'd be good for business.
It would be good for business, that's for sure, because that would guarantee an AFC East team in the Super Bowl. We're going to give you guys everything you need to know here on the AFC East Roundtable, recapping wildcard weekend, previewing the divisional round, some offseason news regarding the Miami Dolphins and the New York Jets. Make sure you guys hit that like button on your way into the show if you did not already. Cannot thank you guys enough for tuning on in. Want to give a huge shout out to Sleeper for being a proud sponsor of the channel. If you guys did not check them out by now, you get a 100% deposit match up to $100 by using the code RTS. Link at the top of the chat, folks. So make sure you guys go check them out. Build up a fantastic parlay. Win up to 100x your money over there on the Sleeper app. Also get $20 for free. I mean, what are you waiting for, folks? Go download the Sleeper app. Huge shout out goes to them, as always, for being the proud sponsor of the AFC East Roundtable. Want to get a roll call in the chat right now. Everybody let us know where you're coming from. Let's get it, baby. I guess I got to be the one to put the poll in the chat because I forgot. Make sure you guys hit the like button. Let's get it started.
Producer Richie.
That's what I'm talking about. Folks. I'm talking to all of the lurkers in the building as well. Every single one of you lurking right now, you better tell me where you're tuning in from. Always curious to understand how far our fan base truly extends. Colbs, all right? The Patriots survive, right? And you end up taking down the LA Chargers. A tough defense, but yet Justin Herbert completely bum all over the place. Brief thoughts on the matchup, since obviously we want to be focusing a bit more on what's ahead. But talk to me.
Of course. We want to talk about what is to come up. And look, this was a playoff game in which nobody was really picking the Patriots, especially the haters. Everybody was calling, the Patriots schedule merchants, this, that, and the third. And so for me, I was always somebody who was under this kind of assumption that it didn't really matter to me if they won this playoff game. Obviously you wanted them to, so these schedule merchant keyboard warriors had nothing to say, and it was certainly good to shut them up. But we have to remember that this was a team that the expectations headed into this year was 8 or 9 wins. They had 14 wins. They won the AFC East. They were in the running for the number 1 seed in the AFC, and they went out there and they won a playoff game, and there's the potential that they can even go to the AFC Championship game. And so this is all house money to me at this point. I'm really, really happy to see what I saw from this team, because I feel like what we saw all year long for the most part was this Patriots offense dominating. They're averaging no less than 20 points a game. And it was the offense that kept winning the Patriots games of this year. 5 different blowouts here in the 2025 regular season. But what makes me so confident about this team, and I think what makes this team so special, is that they can win in any type of way. And we saw that here this past week in the wild card round, is that If you need Drake May to step up in this offense to win you a game, they've proven several times that they can do that against top 10 defenses. If you need your defense to go out there and be the reason you win a game, the defense showed they can do that. If you need special teams to be the reason that you win a football game, they've shown that they can do that. And I think that's what makes such special teams. Now, Drake May obviously looked a little bit rough in the first half, but in the second half, he was lightning against a top 10 defense in the NFL and the Chargers that are top 5 in total defense. He struggled in the first half, like I said, but he comes out in the second half when football matters the most. The game was on the line. You win the football game or you go home. And Drake May went 11 of 14 for 173 yards, 1 touchdown, and 142 overall passer rating. He actually put up the most overall yards, all-purpose offensive yards against this Chargers defense out of any quarterback here in 2025 so far. And so I think you need to limit their turnovers. That's why I think when you look back at this game, you're going to get a little bit more down on Drake May. The offensive line was absolutely horrific. Will Campbell, Jared Wilson, a turnstile over on the left side. I think that's what led to some of those turnovers by Drake May, but he's 23. It's the kid's first ever playoff game in the NFL. I think that we're going to see that Drake May, he's not a repeat error guy, right? He has an error. He learns from it. He doesn't do it again. And that's what I'm expecting headed into this Texans matchup. Ramondre Stevenson, who's been on an absolute heater too, was a big reason the Patriots won this one. But when it's all said and done, Patriots defense. I mean, Drake May throws an interception there at the 10-yard line. Defensive lineman bats it up. It's a tip drill for the Chargers defense. You take over at the 10-yard line, and they come away with 0 points on that drive because of the Patriots defense. Again, I'm just ecstatic from what I'm seeing from all sides of this football team heading into this game against the Texans that we'll, of course, preview a little bit later on.
I'll tell you what, man. One thing that I took away from this game, and by the way, I did pick the Patriots to win this one. Okay.
By the way, so did I.
So did Richie. However, Justin Herbert blows. He's off. All right. And why I said this is because
you're lucky
I know
TD's not here.
It's TD's birthday, and I feel like that I can say this freely without this spanning into a 30-minute segment of why Justin Herbert's actually okay. But talk about, man, all right, I never want to hear him in a top 5 conversation ever again. That was just absolutely awful. Credit to the Patriots defense, obviously causing a lot of issues for him. But, I mean, come on, dude. 0-3 in all playoffs. We can ride with as many excuses as we possibly can. But, man, he pisses down his leg when it's time for playoff time.
Dan, what I going into this game, that's what I said, man. Justin Herbert, I don't know if he's going to be able to step up to the task. He's proven that he hasn't before, and here we are. But Colby, I got something for you, brother.
You got something for me?
I do have something for you. I don't want to say I'm disappointed in you. That's not the right word. But there's something. I need you to shift your energy, brother. Come on. You have a chance to win a Super Bowl. Enough with this. Everything is okay. We're playing with house money mindset, bro. You're 2 wins from representing the AFC in the Super Bowl, my friend. I get it. The expectations were low entering in. It's just year 1 with Mike Vrabel. I'm not saying what you're saying is wrong, but bro, let's see some fire. You just won a playoff game with your first time, Drake May's first game. Mike Vrabel in his first year with the Patriots is bringing you to new heights. I think this is your opportunity to pat your chest out. The Patriots are for real. You're playing this victim mindset. If I were you, brother, I mean, come on, bring your chest out. You have a chance to do something big time here, brother. Because if you lost, it would have been a big deal. But you got a W, and you're 2 wins away from the freaking Super Bowl.
It's the Patriots' first postseason win since Super Bowl 53. So I think getting the monkey off your back of this Brady Belichick talk was absolutely huge. And Richie, the reason that I'm not here screaming and poking my chest, I've been telling y'all this all year long. That's why I'm not surprised. I told you this team was different. I told you this team was special. I told you we were on the trajectory into something special. And everybody just told me that we were schedule mergents. And I said, no. You just don't know football. You're just butthurt. And I had Bills fans in my live watch party the entire time. Drake May throws an interception, and Bills fans are just dominating the chat. Oh, you're now. Oh, you're losing. Oh, you're this. But what happens when the Patriots get back in the game? They win the thing. Y'all are absolutely nowhere to be found. And at the end of the day, again, it doesn't matter to me, Richie. That's my point. It doesn't matter to me if we get to the Super Bowl or not, because this is year one of a brand new system. Do people not understand that you go from a 4-win team to winning the AFC East, 14 wins, you win a playoff game, you're heading into the divisional round? A turnaround like that in 1 year is unprecedented.
I can't wait for it next year for me, baby.
That's what should be scary about the New England Patriots. This is year 1. and they're already doing this.
Yeah, so I get it. You're playing with house money, and I get it's year one, but it's like, man, like,
for me,
you got a chance.
For me, so the Buffalo Bills currently have 3 healthy wide receivers, and our quarterback's playing on one leg. My expectations are Super Bowl or fucking bust, Rich.
It should.
That's my energy, brother.
No, and
that's my energy every year, brother. I want it this year, dude.
Oh, and you barely escaped those Jacksonville Jaguars. It took a Trevor Lawrence interception at the end of the game to lose for the Jaguars, but the Buffalo Bills escaped.
Took a Trevor Lawrence interception.
Took a Trevor. Yeah, I mean, what if he went down the field?
That's what you lead with.
Won in overtime.
That's what you lead with.
Oh man, no.
You lead that we survive when once again you see an example
pissing down your leg. Hey,
once again,
you said yourself on 4th and Forever Monday that the Jaguars beat themselves. Am I wrong?
So I think that Liam Cohen had some pretty costly coaching errors that did help. I think that they missed out on some opportunities, but I also think that we need to acknowledge the fact that once again, that the best quarterback in modern playoff history from a statistical standpoint, is just going fucking nuclear. Like the cape is by himself. I'm getting to a point right now where I could care less if I was out there running routes for the Buffalo Bills or if Richie was playing free safety for the Buffalo Bills.
I get a lot of picks. More than
I bet you would.
I get a lot of picks.
More than the Jets did this year, I tell you that.
With Josh Allen, man, he is just an animal.
He was hitting every throw,
like in the playoffs.
He was hitting the little things. Early in that game, I noticed the calm, cool, collected Josh, where even the little intermediate screen passes were on time, on target, hitting the big throws over the middle. Like you can tell that he has a comfort right now that he's had in the past, but it's a different energy than a Trevor Lawrence who threw an interception the first quarter, who had to climb back from that. And there's a lot of quarterbacks right now left in the AFC. Josh Allen is the only one that's seasoned. He got to go through Bo Nix this weekend and then through one of Drake May or CJ Stroud. So, like, man, if it's not now, Bills fans, when? Because you better win this year because the Jets are coming next year. So you better do it now.
So the one thing I kind of want to like nip in the butt, right, is just like, if you don't do it this year, when are you? We'll probably be in the same position as we were last year because salary cap opens up. I'm sure the Buffalo Bills are definitely going to go heavy on wide receiver. As long as Josh Allen is under center, like he's going to find himself in the playoffs. It's just a matter of.
Even you said today, what if Mahomes is back next year?
What's that?
You're saying too, like Mahomes and the Chiefs are not there. That was always your fear last year. Like, we got to worry about that. You don't have to worry about this year. That could be a worry next year. It's back in the playoffs.
It's Lamar Jackson.
Yeah. He ain't afraid of no. Okay, he ain't afraid of no Lamar.
So here's my deal, right? Like when people talk about, oh man, like Josh, like there's no Patrick Mahomes or Joe Burrow or Lamar Jackson. First off, Burrow hasn't been in the playoffs for 3 years. But all right, three. And Lamar Jackson is 0-2 against the Buffalo Bills when they play in the playoffs. I don't want to hear either of those two guys' names ever mentioned again. Patrick Mahomes, yes, for sure. Patrick Mahomes is our only roadblock as of right now, but we can throw away the whole Lamar and Joe Burrow thing.
But if Joe Burrow gets there, he is a roadblock, correct?
Who?
If Joe, like, so your big thing about Joe Burrow is that he just hasn't gotten to the playoffs over the last few years. But let's say that they do make changes and the Bengals do get healthy and they do go to the playoffs next year. Do you think that that's then a roadblock for Josh Allen if he does get there?
So it really depends on what they do from a team perspective. I think that we proved that. And so I think that we proved that. I mean, we beat him a couple of weeks ago, right? So we
also beat the Chiefs in the regular season all the time.
Yeah. And we beat the Chiefs in the regular season at the entire time. But then again, I'm not going to give respect to a guy or a team that hasn't been in the playoffs in 3 years. I'm just not.
Joe Burrow's about to be Andrew Luck, let's be honest.
He's about to be Andrew Luck. He really
we'll
is.
See. I mean,
he's got to be Andrew Luck or Carson Palmer at the end of the day. But going back into the Bills and the Jaguars game, just a stellar performance from Josh Allen. And you needed him to be, right? Because that Jaguars run defense was able to, although running and operating out of light boxes, they just have such a physical unit. And by the way, might I say, the dirtiest team I've ever seen in my entire life. the dirtiest team I've ever seen in my entire life.
Jags always are, man. Them and the Texans always just play with their hair on fire defensively.
So they were going like helmet straight to the knees, like had the defensive lineman literally pile drive onto Josh Allen's head at the beginning of the game. I've never seen in my life a quarterback go into the blue tent twice in the first half, and he's still just rolling out there. He's a damn cyborg. I have no idea how in the world that one play where it looked like his knee went backwards. I was like, oh, dude, it's over. It's done. And so our season's done. But then he just rolls back out there. He's running around, scrambling like nothing happened. I'm not sure if he's a real human being. And to be completely honest with you, he's truly in the Iron Man of this league right now when it comes into injuries.
So, Dan, you know what it is?
What's that?
I saw photos of this all over Twitter that before the game, it was like people DMing Josh Allen a picture of Haley Steinfeld and Michael B. Jordan from Sinners. And they were just DMing him those photos like, dude, what's she going to do about this? And then he went out and had like this crazy game.
So was it Jaguars fans doing it?
It was Bills fans.
Oh, it was Bill. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, man. You definitely don't disrespect the man's wife. Like, what did you expect? Like, what did you expect he was about
I
to
saw
go
some
out
people be like, what kind of wife is Haley Steinfeld not being at the playoff game when she just freaking won the Golden Globes? Like,
yeah, like, what do you...
Let her have her own career, bro.
And so Josh I saw Allen a bunch of... Dude. And so I saw a bunch of Haley Steinfeld fans being like, why wouldn't Josh Allen come and support his wife at the Golden Globes? I'm like,
y'all both working. Like,
bring bullying back to schools.
Dude, shame on Josh.
That's the solution.
He did not let Mitch Trubisky start in that playoff game to go support his girl at the Golden Globes.
Oh, that's crazy. Mitch Trubisky killed the Jets that final week of the regular season.
No, he should have had confidence in Mitch. Yeah, Mitch, you got this week.
Yeah.
I'm going to go support my girl.
Yeah.
And let her win her Golden Globe that she deserved from the
Somebody's in the chat saying, Dan, why did you ban me from your channel? Likely because you annoyed me. Likely because you annoyed me.
And if you annoy him here,
if you feel like that, you will not be annoying in the future. Give a 1 in the chat and I'll give you another shot. But the leash will be short. Okay. Number 1 rule on my show. Don't annoy me. Boom. Anyway.
Well, the fun thing is, chat, I can annoy Dan. He can't ban me, baby.
Yeah, I can't ban you.
I got the password.
And so I can't ban you. But as far as this Jags team, you know, like a lot of people were picking this squad because they just had a better roster. They like the coach. They like the 8-game win streak and everything along those lines. But we really ended up finding what we needed to as a team. Giant shout out right to our secondary, Benford and Tre'Davious White. By the way, man, people were trolling Trey White, and that was even including Bills fans when we first signed him. He's playing at a low-grade CB1 level right now. Since week 6, he has been tremendous. Man coverage, zone coverage. He's really been a godsend to this team, and he was the player of the game. Him, Shaq Thompson, Cole Bishop, just a solid secondary we have, man. And like we're really making up for the fact that like we're struggling tremendously at getting pressure on the QB. Thank God our coverage has just been locked down. Sean McDermott called a great game as far as disguising coverages and everything like that. It was a good win, 27-24. We got the first road playoff win since 1993. Whoa. Okay. But now we're on to the Denver Broncos, man. I feel good.
Yeah, man. I think that was a big game.
Funny enough, too, I genuinely believe this to my core, that if the Jacksonville Jaguars were to be your second seed, then I think that the Bills and the Jags would have met in the AFC Championship. And so I think that they are that good of a team. And I think that we ended up probably taking out like the third best team right in this like playoff, I would say. It's Bills and Pats are 1 and 2 in my opinion as far as the best teams. Like collectively.
All right. Well, we got some super chats. 4%. You know what this means?
No, what's that?
It's up to 6%. The amount of Jets fans are in the chat. It's all right. It's a dark time.
Offseason, baby.
Smoke Bob, baby. Sheesh.
How many Bills fans are up in here?
We got 46% Bills, 33% Pats, 15% Fins. Happy 3 months, guys. Hope you all are having a great and positive day. Let's keep the positivity and vibes flowing all through 26 and beyond. Hashtag Go Pats. This is the most positive human being.
That's our guy.
In the face of the planet of Roundtable Sports. Thank you for being
Patriots
a member
fan.
of that.
And he's a Patriots fan. That's just what we do. That's just what we do.
Another Patriots fan comes on in. Josh Will Wynn's son, going for a platinum experience, which includes a tailgate with alumni. When team win Super Bowl, I'll cry if Bills take my event away.
Oh, Tom Brady, we can't let you cry, man. You're like the ultimate donator through all the
Dan, if the Buffalo Bills win the Super Bowl, are you going to shed a tear?
You have to.
Or you don't know. You got to let.
What am I, a soulless person? Absolutely. Like, are you kidding me? I've dedicated my life to covering this team.
Are you going to end the stream and then cry, or are you going to cry on stream?
I'll probably cry on stream.
You should.
I'll tear up.
Probably cry on stream.
So not ball like a bitch boy, but like I'll tear up a little bit.
You're just gonna see Dan with like little something in his hands. He's like, oh.
Dan's gonna start.
Oh.
Dan's gonna start crying. Put the shades on.
Yeah.
Whoa! I didn't realize this emotion.
There's dust in the house. I'm not crying. What are you talking about? There's dust in the house. What do you mean?
There's dust in the house.
Allergies, man.
All right.
Dan, the hair looks dope. Maybe that's the key to the Bills winning it all. What's your guys' score prediction for both Bats and Bills? We'll get into that. Don't you worry. And you know what Dan's hair reminds me of?
What's that?
Timothy Chalamet.
Oh, damn. Thank you, brother. I appreciate that.
Timothy had a nice head of hair, and then he had to shave it for Dune 3.
Yeah.
Because they were filming it, which comes out next year, or this year, actually. So he had to shave his head, and you're pulling it off like him. There you go.
Thank you, brother. Thank you, man. I appreciate that.
Where my B-Day twin TD at We Both Super Unk status. Happy birthday, Lino.
Happy birthday, Lino.
Birthday this week as well.
Happy birthday, Lino.
TD celebrating his birthday festivities right now, so we're going to let him have some time off because he's still sad that John Harbaugh is not coming close to the Miami Dolphins. It never was the case.
He wanted no issue whatsoever. By the way, Bills fans, who wants a signed Josh Allen jersey? Huh? Who wants a signed Josh Allen jersey? Well, let me tell you what. We have partnered with Covered to run a contest to gift you a signed Josh Allen jersey. It's a very simple process. All you guys need to do is sign up for the Covered app in our description. It's completely for free. And you get to enter this contest and play for it once a day for 15 minutes. And all you have to do is play a game like this. I'm sure you're familiar with what this is. I'm sure you're familiar with this sort of game right here, right? It's old Flappy Bird. That is right. Whoever has the highest score to this game by February 13th is going to receive the Josh Allen signed jersey. Not to mention they have a Super Bowl contest as well, but somebody has like a 15,000 score. Good luck with that. However, this is a Roundtable exclusive contest. It's over on the Covered app. And basically what they do is a personal finance startup where you get to play games to cover things you already pay for. So if you bought tickets to the wild card round, you can actually play a game like Flappy Bird, or you could play like one of their virtual slot machines and keep on playing for 15 minutes until you get a high enough score to cover that one said purchase. It goes on ahead and it looks over all of your personal finances. It's great with budgeting, the entire situation. Go check it out.
It's a lot of fun. Like, I just booked a flight and I can win back my flight purchase. Literally on the Cover app, he says, win it back. Right?
Win it back, man. It is the
literally playing Flappy Bird. So if you guys can do us a favor, click the link right now in the chat and just download the app. And when you download the app, you're going to get in. It's free. And then you can use the code Ball Don't Lie. And that code is going to allow you to enter contests for free. Folks, it would be awesome if you guys can do us a favor. It's absolutely free, and it's a great way to support us here on Roundtable Sports just by clicking that link in the description. It's also in the top of the live chat. Just download the app to your phone, make an account, use the code Ball Don't Lie, and enter a chance to win a free Josh Allen jersey. And by the way, the Josh Allen jersey is not the only thing they're giving away. Like Dan said, you can win an iPhone, you can win Super Bowl tickets. They even have a FIFA World Cup tickets giveaway, the Apple Provision goggles. I mean, they're giving away ridiculous stuff. Gift cards to Aloe. I mean, you name it. Go over to that app. They're giving away a lot of things. And the way that you can win these is by your skills on Flappy Bird and other games to come. So please do us a favor. Go check them out. Link in the description. And when you do download the app, let us know. We want to give you a shout out in the chat.
Yeah, we want to give you a shout out and let us know your Flappy Bird score, because I know that I'm about to be rocking that tonight.
Looks like I'm getting myself a Josh Allen jersey, Dan.
That jersey is mine. We're running a contest with the NFC North. We have a signed Caleb Williams helmet for Bears fans, and we have a signed JSN jersey too. So that's pretty cool.
Wow. Kind of want the JSN jersey.
Yeah, dude. I might too, man. I might steal it, man, because I'm pretty nice at Flappy Bird. I'm not about to lie. Anyway, let's go ahead and move on to some of these divisional matchups, huh, man? I want to start off with the first game of divisional weekend.
What about you got to talk about some Miami Dolphins stuff. It's the AFC East Roundtable.
Well, you know what, man? My dog needs to be fed. This is my perfect segue. Go off.
Mike McDaniels is gone. Tua is gone.
I will grab back.
Harbaugh moving on.
Nah, man. I mean, listen, I know that the Jets and the Dolphins are not active right now, but it's only right to give them their offseason preview and a look ahead to the Miami Dolphins offseason. They fire Mike McDaniels. They hired a brand new GM. And I think that it's a very interesting situation that they're in, because a lot of Dolphins fans thought that the Miami Dolphins had a chance for Harbaugh, but that's not happening because his final 3 teams do not list the Miami Dolphins. It's the New York Giants, the Tennessee Titans, and the Atlanta Falcons. My prediction is the Giants, but that's okay. And they bring in a new GM, John Eric Sullivan. This is a guy the Jets also interviewed when they were looking for their GM last year. He is with the Green Bay Packers organization. And I think that if you're a Miami Dolphins fan, you should be excited because there's a new regime coming on in. There's something new that is instilling here. I think that firing Mike McDaniel was the right decision. And obviously you guys fired Brian Flores during the season. So you bring in your GM, but now the big question is, who is going to be the head coach? Colby, is there anybody that you feel like would be the perfect guy that the Miami Dolphins should do everything they possibly can to make him their next head coach? Or you haven't put too much thought yet?
I've heard the idea of Kevin Stefanski going to the Miami Dolphins, and to me, that just
TD would hate that.
It makes absolutely no sense. You're going to fire one offensive guru who has struggled over the last couple of years, especially when it comes to the postseason, just to kind of bring that same guy in. And so I think they're going to go with a different philosophy. I really do believe that they fired Mike McDaniels when it was all said and done in order for the opportunity at Harbaugh. And I just think that they completely flopped. I don't think that it's going to happen. I'm going to be honest. The fact that the majority of this league is looking for a new head coach, given the cycle, is surprising to me. I don't think that this is a great coaching cycle, and there's more teams looking for a head coach right now than there were even last year. And so last night I started to work on this piece that I'm putting together. Now, whether it's for a TikTok over on Patriots Global, whether it's for a video on a new channel here for Roundtable Sports coming out soon, I don't know. But I started to look at all the teams that need a new head coach, and I started to put together a list of guys that I like. And so, little sneak preview, who I ultimately have going to Miami Dolphins is going to be Jesse Minter, the defensive coordinator for the Chargers. Look, I understand that it's not an offensive guru, but if you want to switch things up, this is how you switch things up. And I think you look at the Dolphins, and they're going to be going into a new age of their offense. We already heard from multiple reports that Tua is not going to be back. Tua already coming out saying vocally he'd welcome a new change of scenery. I think Tyreek's going to be gone. Who knows what happens with A-Chain? And so I think with a new kind of future happening with that offense, they're going to be in a brand new rebuild there. So how are the Dolphins going to win early on? What's going to keep them in games and keep them competitive? It's going to be a defense. And I think bringing in Jesse Minter, who's one of the best defensive minds in football for the Chargers there, would make a lot of sense for this team. I don't think you're getting Harbaugh. I don't think you're getting one of these high-end names. So I think Jesse Minter would make a lot of sense for them.
Yeah, so right now, the guys that I'm seeing linked to the Miami Dolphins, Joe Brady's actually going to be interviewed, which is an interesting in-division coach. Another in-division coach is a former coach of the Jets, Robert Saleh, will be interviewed with the Miami Dolphins. So, Dan, really quick, is there a name out there that you think is perfect for the Miami Dolphins? Or you think they're a lost cause no matter who they hire?
I'd probably need to side with Colby here. I feel like Minter is the easy answer, perhaps Saleh. I'm not sure but one thing I will say is that I genuinely believe that this team needs to completely flip the script and go with a defensive-minded head coach. When you look at their defensive personnel, like, you have some pretty good young pieces over there. So I think that it's more beneficial for Miami to focus on really doubling down on what their personnel will allow them to do from the defensive side. And then just hopefully you'll be able to bring in a decent offensive coordinator as you introduce the new quarterback of the future and you start building like specific weapons. I still think that this team is going to go on even a fire sale 2.0 like this offseason. I think they will trade Waddle. I think they perhaps might even let go of Achane as well, because what they need to do is really dive in and grab as many draft assets as humanly possible so that they can build the team in the eyes of whoever takes over that head coaching position. So give me a defensive-minded head coach. I think Minter is going to be the guy, and he's the best fit.
All right. Well, only time will tell where the Miami Dolphins are going to go. I'm sure we'll get more answers by next week's episode. And then quickly just touching on the New York Jets, there was some breaking news today that Dante Moore is staying in Oregon, and that has a direct impact with the New York Jets because, listen, whether the Jets are going to draft him or not, you want him to declare because that second overall pick becomes more valuable. So, Colby, your first reaction to the news of Dante Moore staying in Oregon and what your reaction is and where do you think the Jets should go? Obviously, it's so early. So many things are going to happen. But this does not seem like a good opportunity for the Jets. There's other quarterbacks that's declaring, like Ty Simpson from Alabama. We'll see if Trinidad Chambliss officially declares or not. Carson Beck. None of those guys could be a second overall pick. So what's your thoughts right now? Do they even go quarterback at 2? They got 2 and 16 in the first round. Where the heck are they going to find their quarterback?
Yeah, I think they're ultimately going to end up trading down from that spot. I don't think it's going to be a huge haul. I don't think you're getting Mendoza, which is what everybody wanted. And I said this in last, week's episode. It's like, oh, well, we have so many draft picks. Like, we can literally trade up. It's like, no, well, you need the team in the first overall pick to want to trade down. And given the fact that it's the Raiders that need a franchise quarterback, I just do not see that happening. And so when looking at the New York Jets, I think they're in a really interesting spot because you need a quarterback to succeed in this league. And I think if you're looking at the status of the Jets, they can't go into 2026 running it back with the exact same situation that they had in 2025. You can't be another team that wins 3 or 4 games. You have to show that you're on an upward trajectory by the end of 2026, that you're competitive, that you're winning more games. And so in order to do that, you're going to need a good quarterback. And so I could see a bridge quarterback coming to the Jets. I could see them maybe drafting a guy mid to the later rounds because let's keep in mind, not only do the Jets need a starting quarterback, but they also low-key need a backup quarterback too. Brady Cook, not it. That guy should not be on your active roster. That guy should be on your practice squad at absolute best. And so dare I say if Kyler Murray becomes available, I said this on Bleacher Report a couple of months back, I think that can make a lot of sense. I could see the front office for the Jets panicking a little bit and saying we need to make a move to buy ourselves some time and just allow us to continue this rebuild beyond 2026.
Yeah, Richie, I feel like as far as Fernando Mendoza, he might as well start looking at real estate around Las Vegas. He's going to the Raiders.
Yeah.
He's going to the Raiders, man. I think that that's probably about as easy of a prediction as Cam Ward going to the Titans last year. I think that that was just as easy as what it's about to be. I probably wouldn't waste that second pick at all, like on a quarterback. I think that Fernando Mendoza is the only first-round caliber type quarterback. I would trade down, and to be completely honest with you, I would trade down from 2 and just.
So my question right there is, who is trading up for who? If you're like trade down is not that easy. You need to have a team that's interested to trade up in order to trade down. So who's trading up to 2 if there's not a quarterback, and who are they trading up for? Ruben Bain?
Hey, if you don't, then you go out there and you get yourself a wide receiver. There you go.
There is no wide receiver worthy at number 2.
I feel like Carnell Tate would probably be a bit of a reach at 2, but like he's a top 15 pick.
When he balls out.
We have the 16th pick. That's where we can get a receiver. That's a prime spot for a receiver.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm like, when people say trade down from 2, it's not that easy. Like, who the heck is trading up to that pick? If there's not a quarterback to trade up for. Because if there was a quarterback to trade up for, the Jets would be drafting him.
Well, I'll tell you what. Well,
you getting down.
So the number 1 guy on the draft board on PFF is Caleb Downs, Ohio State safety.
Now that's someone that the Jets need for sure. We don't have a freaking interception. We need a secondary out. But
so like, guess what? Caleb Downs.
Then you get Carnell
Caleb Downs. Congratulations, he's added to your secondary.
Reese,
right?
No, Reese from Ohio State. We need a linebacker too. Would be
you have Arvell Reese as well. Who could
the Jets could trade Will
Sonny
McDonald.
Styles just declared for the draft too.
Yeah.
That's a 16 target.
To be honest with you, I think that there would probably be several teams that would trade up for a Caleb Downs or an Arvell Reese.
You think Caleb Downs is worthy to not only go at number 2, but to trade up for at number 2? Is he that much of a beast? I like him as a prospect, but that's the problem. Like, there's no like Travis Hunter generational quote unquote prospect. We obviously didn't see him translate to the NFL, but that was a high prolific guy that the Jaguars traded up for. So like, that's the problem that I'm having. And there's a long way to go for the Jets. But my follow up to you, Dan, if it's not a quarterback in the draft, where do the Jets go at quarterback? Malik Willis in free agency. Colby mentioned Kyler Murray. Trade for who? Mac Jones? Like,
oh, dude,
I could see Mac Jones.
Don't do that
as a bridge.
At first, I would have said Kirk Cousins. But now with Michael Penix's injury, since he ended up tearing his ACL, I want to say he's probably not even going to be available until midway through the season next year, and that's even if they want to roll with him again. So now I'm almost kind of wondering, will he be out there? Herbert? I'm just kidding. Burrow, perhaps? No, man. I think that like you guys are going to have to test the waters. I feel like you're going to have to test the waters, and with Kyler Murray is probably one of the only moves that would make sense.
And the draft, Trinidad Chambliss is a guy
He's better than Justin Fields. He's better than Justin Fields. I'll tell you that with Kyler Murray.
Yeah. He could win you games.
Yeah. All right. I guess I'll get my Call of Duty grind. I mean, I'm just like, and then there's this scenario where the Jets just don't draft a quarterback. They go all in to build out the roster, and 2027 is the year. But I don't know if I can withstand another year of just like, we'll draft the guy next year. That was supposed to be this year.
Y'all are bringing your boy back, Geno Smith. You are a New York Jet.
Gosh. Oh man, I love you, Geno, but I think that's all a wrap on your career. That's for sure. But it's a long off season to go, but we'll see.
So I'll tell you what, I'm very excited about some of the wide receivers that are coming to the Senior Bowl. You have Elijah Surratt from Indiana.
Yeah, I like him in the second round for the Jets.
I'm excited to see Surratt. I'm also very excited to see this kid, Ted Hurst, out of Georgia State, who's apparently the sleeper wide receiver. He was in the Sun Belt Conference. A lot of hype around this guy. A lot of hype around this guy. And then I think there was, and then Casey Concepcion from Texas A&M.
Concepcion, dude.
Concepcion. Is that how you say it?
Yeah.
Concepcion. Hey, brother. Yeah, man. Dude, I'm excited.
Senior Bowl is going to be fun, man.
Senior Bowl is going to be fun. I'm going to have to pay attention to interior offensive lineman, wide receiver, and linebacker. What I'm going to have to do.
Well, we got 2 AFC East Divisional games to preview, and this is a good one, man. This is going to be fun. We got the Buffalo Bills and the New England Patriots not facing off against each other, but if both of them win, then they will be facing off against each other in the AFC Championship game. Now, how epic would that be? Holy smokes. Let's start off with this Houston Texans and the New England Patriots game. Your thoughts of this one? You got the Houston Texans that are arguably the hottest team in football that's still alive. They've won 10 in a row, led by their defense. This is a team that is absolutely unbelievable from a defensive standpoint. I said this on X and it went viral. The Houston Texans is exactly what Robert Saleh tried to do with the Jets. That's it. It's a defensive-minded team with not a good offense that can lead you to the promised land. That's a championship caliber defense there. And then you have the New England Patriots that are coached very well. Their defense is coming off a dominant game. Drake May started slow, but then he got comfortable as the game progressed in the fourth quarter. Big game here because I know you're playing with house money or anything, but this is a game where I think the Patriots should take advantage of and win to go to the AFC Championship game. Colby, your thoughts of this one heading in? What's your level of confidence of getting the dub?
Yeah, I absolutely agree with you that this is a game that they should be able to take advantage of because the New England Patriots are a more well-rounded team. And, you look at what happened there with the Pittsburgh Steelers. That was a game. That was game all the way up there into the end. 2 defensive touchdowns for the Houston Texans. And this is a Super Bowl caliber defense. And this is what scares me about the Houston Texans is that defense. Outside of that defense, there's really nothing that scares me. Their offense in every single category is average at best to even below average. And so I trust the Patriots defense coming out of what they just did against the Chargers, who statistically speaking are a much better offense than what the Houston Texans are. They don't have a very good ground game. I know that their running back just went for 100 plus yards, but you're going up against a top 5 run defense in the Patriots. You're potentially going out with Nico Collins too, who went down with a gruesome concussion, had no idea where he was going, had to be carted off. So very likely he's not in this game. Do the Patriots get Christian Gonzalez back or not? That's still to be determined. He also has a concussion. If they do get him back, I do think that's where the Patriots could have the advantage. I think where this game is, though, is the Patriots offense and Drake May going up against the defense for the Houston Texans. They are number 1 in total defense. They're number 6 in passing defense, number 4 in run defense, number 2 in scoring defense, 16th in red zone defense, number 6 in third down defense, 23 in hurries, but number 9 in sacks, number 3 in interceptions, and number 5 in forced fumbles. And so what I'm looking for is Drake May, don't do what you did last week. You cannot turn the football over because this defense will be extremely opportunistic. They stop you in their tracks. They rally around the football, arguably better than any defense in the league. And points are going to be a luxury in this game, right? If the Patriots are down into enemy territory, you have an opportunity for 3 points from Andy Borgales. Take those 3 points. Don't test your luck. I don't think this is a Houston Texans team where it's like, well, you have to go for it because against CJ Stroud, you have to put up 7. You have to get into the end zone. No, take the points wherever you can get them. And I think that's how the Patriots come out with this win when it's all said and done. I think that you're coming off a game with CJ Stroud too, where he was putting the ball on the ground a few times. He was putting the ball in harm's way. He was looking like a very different quarterback than what we've seen prior. And I just think that the Texans are going up against a team in the Patriots that are arguably one of the best well-rounded teams that they've seen so far this season, right? The Patriots are top 5 in defense, but they're also top 5 in offense also. And so I think it's going to be a rough one. I think it's going to be an anxiety-filled one for Patriots fans. But at the end of the day, I do have the Patriots squeaking this one out. I am going to say the Patriots win 17-10.
Low scoring battle between the Houston Texans and the New England Patriots, according to Colby. Can you believe it, Dan? Where are you at heading into this one? Because Dan has an interesting take on who he wants to win. So I know who he's going to take.
Oh, I know he wants to win the Patriots. I know you want the Patriots to win because you're scared of that defense for the Texans that whooped ass earlier this year with a backup quarterback.
Listen, you were about to understand my fear for that defense on Sunday.
Okay?
You were about to understand that fear for that defense. I have nightmares.
I understand.
I have nightmares of what that front seven did to my quarterback, did to one of the best offensive lines in all of football. They are so physical. They are so fast.
They only need to rush 4 to get home. They
only need to rush 4. But when they do blitz, good God. And guess what?
Because of that. It's
and
because
guess what? Like you think like short little
quarterbacks.
Exactly.
And so you think like short little passes are the answer to avoid it? You're wrong. Because they have Kamari Lassiter as one of their quarterbacks. And then they have Derek Stingley on the outside. And their linebackers are even semi-decent in coverage. They did lose out on Jalen Reed, so I think that might be an opportunity and everything like that. But like, this is just a well-rounded defense, man. I was actually looking at some of the comparisons of that 2000s Baltimore Ravens team where like they just had an elite defense and their offense was awful. This Houston Texans offense is worse than the Baltimore Ravens offense in 2000, led by Trent Dilfer. CJ Stroud and Trent Dilfer are practically the exact same guy. But it's going to be interesting because you know what? I'm probably going to side with Vrabel here because I do want to give him credit where credit is due. He is a genius when it comes into clock management. He is very good in that side of being a head coach. He's going to make all the right decisions. He's going to put the guys in places to succeed. And I feel like the Patriots are going to do enough to score. Not a lot, especially since this Texans defense is like a step up from what you saw against LA, who is also a very talented squad. But like, it's everything. They just don't have a weakness. The problem is when I'm going into this game, I'm sitting here saying, okay, what team do I trust and to put up 13 points offensively, I'm probably trusting the Patriots. I don't trust this Houston Texans offense, especially with Nico Collins being in concussion protocol. He's not going to get cleared. And if he does, then there needs to be a full-scale investigation if he is going to come back out. What about Gonzo? Is he going to play or no?
So he was at practice today, and he was a limited participant. So it's tough with the concussion protocol, but he said he was fine. You know what? The thing that I saw today that was like, yeah, Gonzo's going to play, is he was going through drills with the red no-contact jersey, and he's going one-on-one against the receiver in warm-ups, and the Patriots trainer just throws a football at the back of his head. So, yeah, I think he's going to play.
Yeah, dude. He's probably going to be good. So with that might be your answer for Christian Kirk, who's really all they have. And then maybe you can go on ahead and put a little bit more credit. You could put a little bit more credit right into that. And then this Jonathan Clark fool, okay? This Jonathan Clark fool, the guy with the worst takes I've ever seen in my entire life. Thank you for coming into my stream prior to the Jaguars game and saying the Jaguars were going to win. Okay, please come into my stream on Saturday and say the Broncos are going to win, because for some reason the football universe just doo-doos on all of your takes. CJ's a bum. Accept it. Anyway, how I look at this, I trust this New England Patriots team to be a bit more efficient on the offensive side of the football. Yes, the Houston Texans have the best defense in the NFL, but as far as a well-rounded team, I'm giving it to the Patriots. I'm also going to give it to the more well-rounded squad. I'm going to take the Patriots to win this game as well, but it's going to be 13-6 Patriots.
Yeah,
watch out for this Texans defense, though, because don't sleep on them for them being able to put up 14 themselves.
Yeah,
easy. A fumble recovery, pick six, it happens.
Yeah, this game is going to be very entertaining. It's going to be low scoring. It's going to be gritty. And the Texans, I said, entering the playoffs, like, they're one of those sleeper teams that can go to the Super Bowl because of how hot they are and how much their defense has been dominant. They started 0-3, then was 3-5, and then they won every single game since being 3-5. Like, they're on some type of flow state right now. They have a formula that's dominating. CJ Stroud, as bad as he was, he did make some big-time throws, and that's what he's going to have to do, man. This game's on CJ Stroud for me, because you know what the defense is going to do. If CJ Stroud is a bum, they're going to lose. Like, they need CJ Stroud to step the heck up in order for them to get the dub in Foxborough. I'm going to take the Patriots in this game just because I think that they have the opportunity to really go to the AFC Championship game. I trust Mike Vrabel in this situation. I trust that overall team. I trust Drake May over CJ Stroud, just to be honest with you guys. So give me the Patriots in this game. Final score 16-13. Wow.
16-13. 16-13.
Richie, don't worry. The Dolphins just have the. Don't you dare.
Tua to the Jets.
Oh, my God.
Y'all just picked up Bailey Zappi, so y'all about to have Zappy fever.
Zap. I already have Zap.
Wins are not a quarterback stats.
That's Dan's.
Hey, you did,
right,
but to be fair, you did poo-poo on Herbert's 0-3 playoff stat.
That's because he pisses down his leg from a statistical standpoint.
It's the stats.
Speaking of Herbert, Colby, respectfully, Herbert is straight up buns. You better hope Stroud doesn't find any offense. Dan, other than the air in the Denver, we got this Pats Bills AFC game with Allen bending these boys over.
And so Herbert is still a good quarterback, and you have to understand is that the Patriots pressured him on over 50% of his dropbacks and blitzed him on over 40% of his dropbacks. And so there was just nowhere for him to go all game long. They got 6 sacks on him, and Herbert has mobility to him. CJ Stroud doesn't. CJ Stroud is more of a pocket passing quarterback who can take off now and then, but he's not a mobile quarterback. And so for the Patriots to get 6 sacks on a mobile quarterback in Justin Herbert, they're going to have opportunities here against CJ Stroud, who likes to stay in the pocket.
He does.
Now the Buffalo Bills have to take on Bo Nix. Man, the Bills have to go. The Bills have to go through 2 of my QBs that I have been glazing.
Surprisingly enough, man. So I'm not sure if all of my nerves are drained from last week going up against that like super hot Jaguars team, but my nervousness level is nowhere near close to where it was last week. Like, I feel strangely calm going into this game, although half of our guys are in body bags. All right. Although that we're going into Denver with the altitude and everything, I'm sleeping, brother.
You're not shaking in your boots?
I'm sleeping on the Broncos. I am sleeping on the Broncos for a couple of different reasons, right?
Sleeping on the Broncos.
For a couple of different reasons. Number one, and something that I think is going to be the X factor of this game, yes, their defensive front is impressive. They're leading the league in sacks and in overall pressures, right? But when you look at the pure size disadvantage from their defensive front and the Buffalo Bills offensive line, I told you this on Fourth and Forever, they have a plus 225-pound differential. Every single offensive lineman and every single defensive lineman that they have on this Denver Broncos defense, they have them by 30, 40 plus pounds. And last year, this Buffalo Bills team, when Denver came into Buffalo, exact same offensive line, exact same defensive front over in Denver, minus, of course, Dre Greenlaw. We bullied those guys. And they were third in the NFL when it came into stopping the run last year. And Buffalo ended up rushing for 5.5 yards a clip and took them to the damn cleaner at 204. They have a good run defense, but they struggle against man duo. That's typically leveraging your size advantage when it comes into offensive linemen. I think Buffalo is going to do that. I think this is going to be a James Cook game. I don't particularly think that they're going to have much to do to stop it, quite frankly. Then on top of that, and so they run the second most man coverage on the face of the planet. That means that that's going to operate and allow Josh Allen to make an impact on his legs as well. So if you want to run man coverage, great. You're going to see Josh Allen converting third downs left and right. It is what it is. So they struggle against slot receivers. They're 27th in the NFL with that. And same thing with tight ends. That's because Dre Greenlaw and Alex Singleton are liabilities in coverage. Same thing with their one safety not named Hufanga as well. So there are a bunch of different opportunities for this Bills offense to go out and to win. And I think that it comes down into that debate. Is the 1 seed truly a benefit for some teams? Some teams take it and get rested, but some teams go out and look wildly rusty on the defensive side of the football and even on the offensive side of the football. I genuinely believe that Buffalo will have no problem scoring 28 plus rate on this Denver Broncos defense. I genuinely believe it. As far as their offense, I mean, look, there's 17th in the pass. They're 22nd while running the football. Bo Nix is smart. He's a really smart quarterback. He's not the kind of guy that's going to be going to his first read almost entirely. He's dead last in the NFL, actually, for going to his first read. Sean Payton has coached him to go through his progressions, but he can still get confused. I trust Sean McDermott to be able to disguise as many coverages as humanly possible. If we can't get pressure on him, which I don't think is going to be the case, then I think that if you can't muddy his backfield with pressure, you must muddy his eyes. So what I need Sean McDermott and this defense to do is to not give any pre-snap tells, rotate safeties at the very last second, show cover 3, then all of a sudden turn back and run a cover 2 or a cover 1. You can confuse this young man, and Sean McDermott's one of the best in the game for being able to confuse young quarterbacks. So give me the Buffalo Bills. I think that we're going to win this game 28-17. I do not trust Bo Nix. So I think that he's a check down merchant. I think that he's a yak merchant. I think the Bills win by 11 points. 28-17.
Yeah, I like that,
Dan. Bo Nix at the end there. Damn.
I like that, though. Because I agree with Dan. And I'm not going to lie, I felt a little bit more confident about the Bills winning this game before 2 of your wide receivers tore their ACLs. Because, look, at the end of the day, this Broncos defense is good. I will say, and actually our Denver Broncos creator, Ryan, said the same thing, to where he's like, yeah, statistically, we might be up there in sacks. But if you look at it as of late, we're not getting to the quarterback very, very well. Like, we might be able to hurry the quarterback, but we're not getting the quarterback on the ground very often. And so I think another thing, too, you could take advantage of is Riley Moss has been a liability when it comes to penalties at times. And so if you can get Brandon Cooks on Riley Moss, I think that could be just penalties waiting to happen, and that could be a big advantage for you guys. I think as long as Josh Allen continues to play turnover-free football, this offense continues to play turnover-free football, I trust you guys. And we saw this same matchup last year in the playoffs, and you guys were able to be champions. And so I do think the Broncos are going to be a little bit more motivated. I think Bo Nix is going to be a little bit more motivated. I think going into Denver can be a house of horrors. But again, as you guys, are you guys the underdogs in this game, Dan? I'm assuming.
No.
You're not.
No, we're favorites. We're road favorites against the 1 seed.
I was going to say, maybe you guys could take that as motivation, but all right, maybe they might take that as motivation. But look, when it's all said and done, the Denver Broncos have played such close games all year long, and we've been saying, when is it going to bite them in the butt? I think this could be the game that it bites them in the butt. And I think everybody's been looking at the Patriots saying schedule merchants. I think we've been looking at the wrong team, and I think that the team that could be schedule merchants is Bo Nix and the Denver Broncos. So give me the Buffalo Bills in this game, which means as long as the Patriots win, the Patriots will be hosting the AFC Championship game in Foxborough, baby. I love it. Bills do us a favor.
And you know what? Would you have wanted it any other way?
Absolutely not.
Would you have wanted it any other way than a Bills-Patriots AFC Championship?
I got the Bills winning as well, man. I'm high on the Denver Broncos, but I just feel like Josh Allen's on a mission. I think that he's going to be able to go into Denver and get the job done. Do not sleep on Bo Nix, though. I disagree with the check down merchant, yak merchant. I think Bo Nix got a deep ball that you're underrating. He can throw that ball down the field with accuracy and precision if you're giving him the opportunity to, in my opinion. So that's one thing I will push back on when it comes to your Bo Nix evaluation. But in terms of consistency down the field, that's where he needs to figure it out. So I'm going to take the Buffalo Bills. It's going to be a tight game, and I'm excited to see what comes from that. So let us know where you guys stand in the chat, who you guys got winning this game. I'm excited for it. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up button. Let's get into some Patreon callers. Andre's up. What up, brother?
What's up, Andre?
Hey, what's going on? What's going on?
What's going on, man? How you doing?
Man, I'm great, man. Oh, man, it's too bad the Patriots dude left, bro. I'm a Texan fan, bro.
Ooh.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, he had the dip right as he came on. What do you have to say to him? I'll let him know.
Man, not much, man. I was gonna be respectful. I was gonna just say, man, but may the best team win. You know what I'm saying? Don't sleep. You feel me? We not. You know, the Patriots is obviously they were on the streak, second, you know, second in the AFC. So, you know, they're a good team. So we're not gonna sleep. They got Stephon Diggs. Of course, he was with us last year, so we know what he could bring to the table. So, you know, it's gonna be a fun game. But I'm just gonna say, don't sleep. Do not sleep. I know I saw a lot of people in the chat talking about some CJ Stroud trash and all that. Okay.
And so I don't want to see your defense, Andre. I don't want to see your defense in the AFC Championship.
Well, thank you for the call, brother. Okay. We will definitely let
Don't sleep on CJ. That's per Andre. Well, Andre, I
CJ's got to have a game, bro. CJ's going to have to have a game if they have a chance in that game, bro.
He can't be turning the football over 5 times.
You can't, bro. They're not the fact that they won that game, even against Pittsburgh, with the way CJ Stroud played was insane.
Yeah. For sure. And so that Patriots team can rip the ball away too. So don't give them any extra opportunities. It's the defense. Ride with that defense, man. Listen, I fear your defense.
I fear your defense. Maverick.
I fear Davis Mills too.
What up, Maverick?
How's it going, guys? How y'all doing?
Good. How about you, bro? Can you hear it? Maverick?
What's going on, Maverick? What's up?
We lost you.
Yeah, we lost you for a second, man. You muted?
All right. Well, we lost Maverick. We heard him for a sec, and then he just disappeared. So
it happened.
Sorry to hear that, Maverick. But good luck to whatever team you are supporting in this week. Dan, what do you got to tell the people about RotoWire that helped you be a fantasy football champion?
Well, not only do they have, hands down, the best fantasy football toolkit on the face of the planet, or draft kit, if you will, they also have the perfect player property search tool. What RotoWire does, folks, it gives you the locks for overs and unders over on the Sleeper platform. It's a very simple process. Just go on ahead, log in, sign up using our code RTS, and you will ultimately end up getting all of that. With the divisional round coming around, I know that you guys are really trying to put together your parlays, cook up the perfect one. RotoWire has helped me win big this year. Shout out to RotoWire, the best in the business.
In the business, Maverick, can you hear us now?
Yeah. Sorry.
There we go.
My girlfriend was calling me and it just messed up everything. So when it comes to the Patriots and Texans, last year, and not something I tend to bring up too often because the Patriots are a completely different team last year. But Drake May was able to exploit Derek Stingley with just Kayshon Boutte. But now that we have a revamped roster, I can see this Patriots team doing something else entirely different. Our O-line got better. Yes, they do have an exceptional pass rush. And like you said, Dan, with checking it down, throwing it early, I mean, they have corners that can bite on that, but being able to exploit the big plays because they do rank in the middle of the pack when it comes to explosive plays. That's something I can see the Patriots exploiting. And on terms of Patriots defense against that Texans offense, the Texans O-line, they ranked, I think from what I saw in PFF, which I don't take that to heart too often, but they ranked 28th, I believe, in O-line. So it's not too far off from what the Chargers had, which they were 32nd, but I mean, their offensive line was completely decimated. So I can see that pass rush getting in against CJ Stroud. And I mean, with what we did against the Chargers, I mean, yeah, they had some weapons in Ladd McConkey and Keenan Allen and other receivers, but they weren't able to use them because our corners actually able to shut them down, and then our pass rush is getting home. So I can see completely shutting down their offense. But when it comes to which matchup I trust the most, is that Patriots offense getting a slight step ahead of that Texans defense in comparison to the Texans offense getting ahead of that Patriots defense.
All right. Well, Maverick, we're appreciative of you being able to get on here. Luckily, the girlfriend didn't.
So I enjoy ball knowers calling in. You know what I mean?
You like that ball
knowers come in, dude. I love it.
Well,
and so we're talking about Boutte Stingley matchups right here, baby. I liked that.
Oh my goodness. Well, folks, that's going to wrap up the AFC East Roundtable here. We're excited for this weekend. We are very excited for this weekend. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to stream any of the games this weekend because I do have some plans, but I'll be tuning in. So we'll see. Dan, anything you want to say to the people?
Man, say, for example, y'all want to tap on into my live play-by-play reaction on Saturday, certainly feel free to do so. And Bills fans, need to tell you something because I know a lot of you are currently watching this AFC East Roundtable. Roundtable Sports actually just ended up releasing their first Bills Roundtable individual team channel, and I need each and every single one of you to go subscribe to it. It's myself and Kevin Masari and Z-Bot from Buffalo Fanatics. We are live Mondays and Thursdays, and we just started dropping pre-recorded videos as well. I'm going to go on ahead and share my screen real fast so the people indeed can see it. Go on ahead and check this out, guys. It's the Bills Roundtable. Link is in description. Me, it's Z-Bot. It's Kevin Masari. It's Bills Bunker. We do a lot of really cool stuff over there. Shout out to the Bills Roundtable. Great stuff.
Absolutely, man. Fun stuff. Same thing goes with the Jets Roundtable, baby. We grinding. Jets Roundtable is here, and we are having a good old time. Let's get it. We actually have one more caller coming last second.
Parks.
What's up, fellas?
What's up, brother?
Man? How you feeling about this weekend?
Listen, man. Dan Mitchell, don't let me down. Meet me in the AFC Championship game.
It's coming, man. It's coming.
Meet me in the AFC Championship game.
Because I gotta tell you, don't let me down.
Man, we gonna beat the Texans. We not y'all. We're not y'all.
All right.
We're not y'all. We're not y'all. I mean, CJ Stroud hasn't been playing good for the past month. We're not gonna act like that. They just been playing like he's been playing as world beater. The Steelers would have won that game if the receivers could catch the ball. I mean, DK was dropping passes, then they couldn't protect Aaron Rodgers. Then Aaron Rodgers, it was on one play where I knew he was done, where he had a wide open lane that he could have ran to get a first down, but he chose to throw the ball. And I'm looking like, yeah, it's time for him to hang it up. We're gonna beat him. and we're gonna send them home for the second or third straight year. They can't make the AFC Championship game. We're gonna beat them. I'm not worried about the Texans. Please, that's on to something else. Richie,
what's up, brother?
Who y'all gonna draft in the draft now? Since Dante Moore is going back to college.
Trinidad, we got
Chambliss.
Man, give me a week or two.
He's fighting in court to stay away from the Jets, man. He's fighting in court for one more year eligibility.
Man, you know what, Parks? Enjoyed the call. All right. There's a little sensitive topic there, but we'll see. Much love to you, Parks, but we're going to wrap it up. Dan, good luck this weekend.
Thank you, sir.
Patriots fans, good luck this weekend. We'll see you next time.